You know, just because of the fact that I am a moonshiner, there was a huge target on my back. Every time somebody looks my name up, first thing that comes up, it's a mugshot. I want to change that and get home distilling legal. And that's something that can carry on for future generations. My great-great-great-grandchildren will have something to be proud of. So right now, I have made it to Charleston, West Virginia, the capital, to go see Delegate Doug Smith. He's trying to put forth a home distillation bill. I really think Doug can be the guy to give me the information and the ammunition that I need to go right across the border in my home state of Virginia and get home distillation legal there.
Is that everything out of your pockets?
Yeah, I believe that's about everything. I mean, I've got a belt on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just turn around for me so I can check your weapons.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Get your cash.
Well, you know, I thought it might come in handy. I am here to see a politician, you know.
Perfect.
I mean, a lot of cash. It usually comes in handy, I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm new to this. I don't know how it works. Hopefully, I leave with it in my pocket.
You go.
All right. If you asked me 10 years ago, do you see yourself in a Capitol building trying to get a home distillation bill passed, I'd have told you the only way I see myself in a Capitol building was for a capital offense. Boy, I tell you what, this sure does look like an official building. I must actually really be in the Capitol. I'll have to say I've never been in a building quite like this before. I've been in plenty of courtrooms and plenty of courthouses that look like pretty stately buildings, but this has got them all topped. You know, for me, this bill goes beyond just moonshine in itself. It's almost a heritage and legacy bill. What I'm hoping is if somebody else doesn't feel scared to try to make moonshine, that can pass this heritage on for generations and generations to come. Who knows, I may be the guy that goes down in history books as saying, you know what? Tickle got this legal. It was him. Without him, none of this would be here. Maybe, who knows, 200 years from now, maybe the moonshine heritage is just huge in the community and huge in the world. And I could be the guy that really kicked that off. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been in all kinds of buildings in my life, but this one about tops everything I've been in. It's hard to say even how high that is up there. Wow. Hey, where's Doug Smith? I wonder if he's related to Tim. Never seen nothing like this. I've never been in a building like this, but you can definitely tell. This is where the laws of this land are made.
Mr. Tickle.
How you doing, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir. I'm so glad you reached out to me talking about a moonshine bill.
Well, let me start off, tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a moonshiner. I just think it's a shame that, you know, in my line of work, we've really got to hide in the woods and really be hunted down, you know? And I read about what you're doing here in West Virginia with your bill about trying to get home distillation legal. And I wanted to talk with you about that and see what I could do in my home state of Virginia.
Distill your own is what the title of the bill is. Basically, it would allow somebody to distill their own liquor up to 50 gallons per person or 100 gallons in a household for personal consumption only. They cannot, you know, sell it, can't transport across state lines, that type of thing. Be more than happy to go get you a copy and bring it down. And actually, that should help you. You know, take that when you are looking for your delegate or senator in Virginia. You know, give them a copy of all of this and say, hey, would you help sponsor this?
That would be great.
It's part of our history, just like this whole building is. It's part of our history, especially in the Appalachians. And then a couple other states are looking into it also. Arizona, Massachusetts, Missouri has it, perfectly legal.
Delegate Smith understands where I'm coming from as a moonshiner. Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing a copy of this bill. I really feel like I've got my first ally now.
Here's the bill. Share that with the individuals that you talk to in Virginia, and you've done the work for them.
All right, thank you very much. Meeting Doug Smith today was a huge success. He's not willing to back down from this fight, and neither am I. You know, Doug's so valuable to me, not only as validating me, but he told me other delegates and other legislators are looking to do the same thing. I'm ready to hit the road, I'm ready to keep moving forward, and I'm ready to make sure that in the state of Virginia, and even any other state that wants to pass this, we're gonna get home distillation, and it's gonna be legal. Well, I'm here just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to see this fella named Don Gosen. Now, this guy actually wrote up the bill that got passed. Now, home distillation is legal in the state of Missouri. I don't know how he did it, but that's what I'm here to find out. He cares about the craft so much. He's done moved way past the home distillation stage. He's actually got a legal distillery open now. I'm meeting Don here at Copper Mule Distillery. This is a family farm that goes back so many generations. I'm super excited to meet this guy. I'm definitely in the right place. Hey, Don, how's it going?
Hey, Tickle, how are you? Welcome to Copper Mule.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, I knew I was in the right place. I could smell the barrels of whiskey. I see you love old stills.
Absolutely. We've got about 100 stills on the property. We're putting together a collection.
Where do you even come across something like this? An old copper washing machine
Well,
turned into a still.
Well, during World War I, everybody had given a lot of their scrap metal and different things for the war effort. So, you know, a few years after World War I, Prohibition hits, and people had to use whatever metal they still had laying around the house, wash machines, milk cans, whatever they could find.
What do you know about this here, Don? This one right here.
Well, I've tried to research these as much as possible, and they look like, especially what the Europeans used to make brandy in stills that looked like this.
I'm almost wanting to say there's a bullet hole in this thing.
Very well could have been. Definitely not a revenuer. They would have done a little more damage than that to it. I do have a still over here that the revenuers definitely got into, though.
Just meeting Don and seeing all these stills, smelling the smell of his barrel room, it lets me know that I'm among kindred spirits right here.
They took a good axe to that.
Yeah, this shows what the law does when they catch us with our pots. But in the state of Missouri, you don't have to worry about this anymore. Not only does he care enough about legal home distillation to get this bill passed, he cares enough about legal home distillation to preserve the history of it. How did you actually get it through? What was the key to your success?
You've got to build a coalition, and that's the most important part. You've got to have other people of like interest. You know, you're making moonshine. What do you make moonshine out of? Corn? How about the corn growers? What do we put our new make in to make bourbon? White oak barrels.
Yeah.
We went to the Missouri Forestry Department and had huge support from them. Believe it or not, the forestry business in Missouri is a $10 billion industry. You got to have that coalition.
Talking to Don, he's let me know that I can't do it on my own. I'm just one small voice.
It wasn't that many years ago where we were in a room about 1/12 the size of this, and that's another place I'd really like to show you today.
What I've got to have is a larger voice of other people that will back me.